All right, we are back with our weekly video series, cards you should be buying right now. So we're going to be looking at 6 cards that I think that you should be buying right now. And as always, we are attaching a giveaway to this video. So we're going to be talking about 6 cards. I am actually going to give you 5 of those 6 cards that you should be buying right now so that you have them. So all you've got to do to win the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment letting me know which of the 5 cards you would most like to receive. Even though you're going to get all 5 of them, it's just out of my own curiosity and fun. So leave a comment saying, this is the card I would most like, and be subscribed to the channel. And if you're the winner of the giveaway, which will be revealed on Friday, then I will send you out these 5 cards. So as always, what we are trying to do is buy cards at the floor rather than the ceiling. So we are not talking about cards that have already spiked up in price. We're not talking about meta decks like Kashtira and Sprite and Branded and Trap Trick and all those sorts of decks, because the cards have already spiked. You're not getting a deal on them. You are too late. But just because we were too late on those doesn't mean we're going to be too late on the sets that are coming out now. So one of the things that I think is really helpful is that the OCG is like 3 months before us. And it's really helpful to be able to look at the OCG, see what sets are coming out, what cards are popping over there, which cards are going up, what decks are being played. And that gives us some insight into what cards we should be targeting over here. So before I get into that, my name is Todd from Kotu Cards. We are relatively new to YouTube, trying to climb up to that 100 subscriber ladder. It's tough, but we're having some fun doing it. So if you like what we're doing, case openings, talking about new sets that are coming out, cards that you should be buying, consider subscribing to the channel. We would very much appreciate it. So I'm trying to get these videos a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to jump right into it. There are 6 cards we're going to be looking at, and 2 cards because of one thing that's going to be happening, and 3 cards because of another thing that's going to be happening. So the first thing that's going to be happening, well, it's not the first thing in order, but one of the things that's going to be happening is we are getting a new duelist pack. And you know that these are attribute based. We already got the water duelist pack. We already got the wind duelist pack. The next duelist pack that is coming out is fire. We already know that. We're going to be getting it. So there's going to be a lot of fire kind of decks and that are going to be seeing play. Are they going to be competitive? I don't know. I don't think that it matters. I think what matters is there's going to be new cards, fire-based decks, and people are going to want to play them. And so whether you're talking about the competitive scene or just the casual scene, they do the same thing. They spike card prices. Once people start messing around with these decks, trying to play them, the card prices will spike. What fire cards should we be buying? That's the first thing we're going to be looking at. The second thing we're going to be looking at is our next core set coming out is Cyberstorm Access. What decks, what cards are going to be going up as a result of Cyberstorm Access? Now, some of it we know, and it's too late. You know, for example, like the Pearly archetype is going to get support in there. Pearlies are already expensive. If you're buying them now, you're buying them at the ceiling or pretty close to the ceiling, so you're not getting a deal. but what kind of decks are going to be seeing play as a result of Cyberstorm Access? I think the word cyber gives you a pretty good clue right there. I think Cyberus decks have real potential to see play, and particularly two, as a result of this next core set. So we're going to be looking at that as well. So I'm going to bring up the cards on TCG. We'll talk about them briefly and why I think that you should be buying them. So let me bring that up. So we're going to bring up the display. All right, the first card that I think that you should be buying, and I think you should be buying it right now, is Hida. I think Hida is definitely a card that you should be buying. If Fire is going to start seeing play, Hida is a card that you're going to want. Now, there are 4 prints of Hida. It's actually 5 because there's a Starlight. If you can afford the Starlight, it's not that expensive for what it is. I think that it might be worth buying. I don't remember. It's somewhere around 300 or something like that, or at least last time I looked at it, it was. But we're going to be looking at these 4, and what you have is you have 1 common, 2 rares, and a super rare. And what I have right here is the super rare. I've been buying these like crazy because they are too cheap. They are $2.50 for the highest rarity besides the Starlight. I think this is a card you should be buying. I think this card can see play. And you can just go back and you look at the Charmers, which, by the way, I think you should have 1 of every Charmer. And you see that Dark is always seeing play because Dark is the most common attribute in Yu-Gi-Oh! But right now, Asa is seeing play. Asa is a card that is seeing play mostly because Fenrir is Earth. You play this card in Trap Trick or any number of decks, you steal their Fenrir and you're good. Hida is a card that you should be buying because it has great potential to see play. You're getting the highest rarity of this card besides the Starlight. I think it's worth the investment in it. All right. The next card that we're going to be looking at is Dogoran. Now, Dogoran has several printings. Let me see if I can bring them all up. Dogoran has a lot of different printings. You've got several rare printings. You've got some common printings. You've got a super rare printing out of OTS Pack 5. But the one I think you should be buying is the Speed Duel version from the Midterm Paradox. That was a garbage set. But this was the gem in that set. It's an absolutely, I don't know if the camera can do this card justice, but this is an absolutely beautiful card that you should be buying. I went out and bought 3 of it because I did not buy the Midterm Paradox set. It's one of the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets I did not buy because it was so bad. But that card is very, very good. If Fire is seeing play, then Dogoran is going to have potential to see play. You saw this when the Wind came out. What was being played to combat Flunderies was Godarla because it was Wind. Same thing, when the Water set came out, Gamma-Sail always sees play because it's the lowest attack kaiju. But you see this over and over. Different kaijus come into the meta. If Fire is going to be seeing play, Dogoran is probably a card you want to invest in. Now, I brought this up earlier because you can see that it already started going up. When I bought mine, they were about down here at that $2.50. It is now roughly around $3.50. This card is probably going to continue to go up. I would get it. It's worth getting. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. So moving on from there, those are the 2 cards that I think you should be buying because of the Fire Duelist pack that's coming out. These two cards I think have great potential, can be played against pretty much any fire deck that's coming out. Now, Cyberstorm Access is also coming out, and when Cyberstorm Access comes out, there's a couple cards that I think you should be buying. Some of them are Code Talkers. The main Code Talker card I think you should be buying is Heat Soul. Heat Soul came out in Ghost from the Past 2. It is only $1. I think this card has the potential to hit about $3. I don't know that it will go any higher than that. And mostly because Ghost from the Past was open so much. There are so many of these floating around out there that I don't know that you're ever going to go beyond that $3 mark. But the card could easily hit $3. And with Code Talkers seeing support in Cyberstorm Access, this is a card that you should make sure you have. If you have one, I think you're fine. But if you don't have one, just go and get it. I don't know if it's played at 2 or 1, but I think 1's probably sufficient. Even if you miss on it, $3 is not huge. The next card I want to talk about is the new Firewall card that came out in Maze of Memories. This card plummeted. This is less than $2 right now for an ultra rare Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz. That's a long name. This is a pretty good card. Can easily see play because we know that in Cyberstorm Access, Firewall is getting support. It is actually the cover card. That's a card you should have. I actually just got the collector's rare in the mail this morning. Super excited about this. Now, when I open this, when I open Maze of Memories, I got a lot of this. I got several of this. And I sold them all for about $55. I rebought this one for $25. And that's why I sell the collector's rares when they first come out, because a lot of times they drop in value. You can go back and buy them for half of what you sold them for. With that said, I do believe that this card is starting to rise a little bit, or at least the fall has stopped. When I got mine for about 25. Yeah, you can see 24, 25. The last one sold was 27. I would not be surprised if the card does start going up a little bit. $30, $35, something like that. Might even hit 40, but I doubt it. The Firewall archetype would have to be really good for it to go above that. So, with that said, we're going to move on to the next one, which is actually the OG Firewall Dragon. And the Firewall Dragon that I think that you should be buying is... So there are several printings of this. I've been buying Firewall like crazy. I've been buying Firewall Ghost Rare, Firewall Ultimate Rares, and Firewall Secret Rares. Now, the one that I have is the Firewall Secret Rare from the tins. Now, I want to show you what is already taking place with this card. This is the Secret Rare version. Well, it's under my head. There we go. This is the Secret Rare version right here from the tins. Now, if you bring this up, what you're going to see is this card is already spiked up. This card spiked up beginning of February from about $1.66, and it is now somewhere floating around $5. But you can see that some have sold even yesterday for about $2. I recommend you grabbing your Secret Rare Firewall Dragons. They're absolutely a beautiful card. This is a beloved card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trust me, when this card gets support, people are going to want to play it. They are. They're going to want to try and find a way to make it work. So I think that this card has great potential to even go higher than that. If you can get it less than $5, I would swoop in and get that card. The last card I want to talk to you about, admittedly, is a flyer. And a pretty big one. But if Cybris is seeing a lot of play, that means that Lynx are going to be seeing a lot of play as well. I know Phantasme has not been in the meta for quite a while, but I think that it is cheap enough that it is worth a flyer, grabbing a playset of Phantasme, at least the ultra rare. This is one of the cards I'm giving away because I just upgraded my ultras to secrets. The secrets are about $12. I think they're worth every penny of it. The super rares, not bad either out of the 10. The only one I would stay away from is the gold. And the reason I would stay away from the gold is because it does not hold trade value. It does not hold resale value. And the alternate art is ugly. It's dumb. It never should have been made. The original art of Phantasme is amazing. If you like the new art, it's fine. I am not a fan of it, and I do like a lot of the new the alternate arts, but Phantasme is not one of them. That's not an alternate art I like. I would recommend the Dual Overload because it is just, you know, it's a couple cents more than the super rare. But if you can get the secret, that's what I would do. The cards that we are giving away is the Phantasme Ultra, the Firewall Secret, the Dark Fluid, not that one. That's the collector's rare. The you're not getting my collector's rare, but the Ultra Dark Fluid, good card. The Heat Soul, we're giving that away, as well as the Hida. The only card that I talked about today that we're not giving away is the Dolgaran, because I only have 3 of it. I highly recommend you buy this card. So these are the 5 cards we're giving away. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment letting me know which card you would most like to receive out of the ones we're giving away. And we'll do that giveaway on Friday's video. That is all that I have for you today. Super excited to be with you and very appreciative of all the subscribers out there. My name is Todd from Kotu Cards, and I am out of here. Drum shot.